Hello, this is 31 December, last day of the year. Well, I have to add something about my last video and something I want to share with you. Also some things I have to say about the 6th of January in Washington. Will be a great day. I hope many people go there. Well, I say something about this, but first let me add to my last video. Um, there's something I forgot to tell you. Um, I remember, well, okay, first I thought maybe I could spare my mother because she's still alive, but then I thought, well, it's all about now, this time is so important for all the world, and I can not spare my mother or what my mother did, and so that was kind of heavy decision. But okay, but this time I say something about what my mother said to me. So there was a situation. Aunt of me, she brought this picture books, about the Bible, the New Testament, stories about Jesus, and there were pictures, uh, hand drawn, so artists made some pictures. And I think these books were from Switzerland. I don't know exactly. So there were many stories about the lost son. The son spent all his money and lost his friends. After he lost his money, came back to the father, and so his brother said, "Why you help him? He spent all your money." And now, so the story about the lost son, or Jesus was on a ship, and this was my favorite story when all this storm come up, and then they were on the boat, and he was sleeping, and then the apostles wake woke him up, and then we are, there's storm, and the ship is, uh, you know, in a trouble, and he said no fear, and so we calmed down the sea, and this was my favorite story. But I remember there was also another book. It was about David, and he stood with his slingshot, sorry, in front of Goliath, and my mother, she was so, I don't know, she smiled, of course, many times to me, but this smile was very special. And she said, look at this young David here with the slingshot. He defeated Goliath with this. And well, I was not so excited. I thought, well, violence I don't like so much. There was maybe also another picture. David holds the head of Goliath. So, and I decided, well, I don't like this story. But my mother was so um, not excited, but she looked so deep to me, also into my eyes, and I never knew that this could something to do with me. But it is another story. Was I was playing with some friends cards or a game, and I won somehow, and somebody else said, you are a pig, you are angry if you lose a game and somebody wins, and somebody called me a pig, and my mother said, well, that's right, but he is a special pig. Uh, Special pig. I don't know. I didn't could make me any sense that made no sense to me. I never knew that. Well, she knew that I was special, and there was a project to breed the son of David. The papacy, they breed many bloodlines, also themselves, powerful bloodlines they have, um, and to gain the absolute power has nothing to do with love, or that they loved David so much that they want to wake him up again. Well, they found the bloodline of my father, that was the chancellor here in Germany, Helmut Schmidt, and then they decided, well, we will, the children, so especially the son, well, I don't know what happened when I was born. Well, in this revelation, there was, I read it last time, that there was a woman gave birth to a man-child, and she was in trouble, and there was a red dragon waiting as soon as the child is delivered to eat this child. Well, it can also be, it can also be the true church, or maybe the true believers, which were persecuted by Rome, by the Roman Caesars, and later by the Roman Catholic Church. Many people think the Roman Catholic Church is just a religion, but it's not true. All this Inquisition in Europe, all this murders, the 30-year war, especially in the north of Germany, it was against the true believers, the true church, and well, it can be this, but it fits so perfect to me, because I was also a kind of sacrificed with this stupid, you know, ceremonies, and I don't want to go into detail. But well, maybe it was also that they wanted to sacrifice me for real, and maybe my mother begged them, well, don't kill them, and so. And then they decided, okay, we let them live. And well, I was very good to blackmail my father, so you know, when I was in my home family, they could demand everything from him, also against his will, so that they say, well, we have your son, you know. Well, it was somehow a wicked plan. Somehow God had his hand in this plan. I think many people think maybe this man claims he's a son of David, so he thinks he's Jesus. Well, I already said I can't be Jesus. I have not the power Jesus had. I can't do this wonders, and all these wonders Jesus did. I can't do this. I can go into this field. You know, in the Bible it's called heaven. So there's another world we can't see. We can only feel. So, and I can go with my mind in it. Sometimes there comes a flash into my head. I had some memories, or some also visions, and in the Bible it is called, well, an angel came to maybe to Abraham or to somebody. So, and I feel this also. Sometimes I have visions, and well, this video here is about, well, this was the addition. Well, there's no doubt that David was my father about 3,000 years ago in Israel, but the question is, I am the one who's predicted in the Bible. I am the one who's coming again, or maybe I'm also maybe only an angel preparing the revival, or the second coming of Jesus Christ. I don't know. I must say, I don't know. I don't feel that I have much power. I had a hard life. You know, I had a heavy birth. I had suffocation during the birth. Well, my mother was maybe afraid. She thought maybe that she had to sacrifice me after birth. So maybe this is the reason why she was so in trouble when I was inside her. Well, but well, there were also angels coming to my mother, say, well, no, no, don't kill your son, and you know, well, maybe there were angels coming to my mother, and I survived, but there was many times I was close to death. Um, well, and well, I read also in the Bible that Jesus had to suffer, so well, I suffered also, but again, I don't have this power and or to do all these wonders. I can also only go a little bit into, well, in the past, in my life, feel something, what is going on, if there's a good energy or if there's a bad energy. So, well, I feel that my videos producing good energy, so I will go on. And well, so what I want to say is, uh, yeah. So this, well, I said already. So that my mother made remarks that are very special, and well, you see me also as a little boy in Denver Airport on this mural, creating the new world order. So you see me there with a hammer and an amboss. So that is taken from Josiah, swords into flockshas. So they thought they will build a new world order with my father, with the power of David. Also with the power of me, they tempted me to join them, but I refused. So and then they decided to torture me. Um, well, is somebody coming after me? Maybe I'm just preparing the second coming of Jesus Christ. It can be. Um, I think there are also other sons of David. You know, I think 3,000 years there must be several bloodlines of David. I think so, and maybe he will come. So, well, I confess I'm not so happy with this shop. So sometimes when it came into my mind that David must be my father, so I said, oh no, 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 and then the answer was yes, 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 and no, 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 yes, yes, yes. So that went on for hours, for days, and then, okay, what do you want me to do next? Yeah, making more videos, of course. They like my videos, I think. Well, I think many people also in heaven. There was a big party there. It was so loud. I They made so many noises. My fathers, they were so happy about this video. Um, well, this is very special. It is not a noise you can hear. It is more like a rumor, or I don't know. Well, so I go on and. Well, I said something about um, yeah, maybe about this people who knows the Bible very well, and they say, well, this man knows nothing about the Bible. Well, that's quite all right. I mean, I read the Bible maybe since 2 or 3 years, and I'm not good in the Bible. But it doesn't matter. God does His will, whether you know the Bible or not, you know. And of course, there are many pastors and Christians. They read the Bible, and well, they believe that Jesus Christ will come again, and they think maybe He will look like a king, maybe sitting on a white horse, dressed in white linen. So also Jesus in His time was not seen. They rejected Him. The coming of this special man, it is also in the Old Testament. I think they called him Java or Jave. I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly this place, and it was one of the prophets. Well, also in Daniel, yeah, in Daniel, that you will sleep and then you will wake up again someday. Well, many prophets in the Old Testament they were talking about Jesus, but when He came, they don't recognize Him because they had a totally other picture. Uh, what he has to look, you know, and maybe, well, I know sometimes I speak dirty words. I'm sorry, I've grown up in the streets of Hamburg, and well, the working class of Hamburg, they using not such a nice language, you know, and well, my father was also a sailor, and I had to listen his dirty stories he did when he was a sailor, and I promise you not to tell these stories. Well, he bothered me with this, and one day I was upset, and I said, "Yeah, you know what? They did it only because of the money." And then he looked, well, you know, sailors, you know, coming in a new harbor. Well, I would say it was kind of sex tourism. You can really say this. And one day I was fed up, and I contacted him, and I said, "Well, they did it only because of the money." And he said, "Yeah, but my colleagues thought, well, maybe also he thought, they take us because we are such great German men, you know." Well, okay, this is another story. So many people who are deep in the Bible, they think maybe this dirty man, well, you know, sexuality is not so dirty. Well, it's not a shame to enjoy your wife. It's also written in the Bible that you can enjoy the breasts of your wife as long as you don't go after the wife of your neighbor or cheat your wife. So while it was connected uh, in a marriage, I think this is quite alright. This is quite good. This was the law of Moses also, but to enjoy your wife it's not, you don't have to feel ashamed about this. Well, I think I think it belongs to life, and it is a living God. He knows all our fears and our desires, our pleasures. He knows also that we can fall in sin, that we can, um, yeah, cheat our wife or our husband, that we can do wrong things, and it can have consequences. And well, I think it has. All these abortions, all this, uh, you know, sex outside the marriage. This is the reason why there are so many abortions, and it is, well, it is killing of life. You know, I think it is better to keep the law. Um, but in our time, the people had forgot the laws of God, and well, so well, people think maybe this dirty man here can't be sent from God, and they think, well, Jesus will come, and then he will save them. But I did it already, you know. All these films about electronic torture, how to survive it, is how you can pull out this bioweapon, and then you will have a chance to live. If you don't do this, you will be disappear together with your wife, also your children, and you will disappear from Earth without a trace. The problem is more, are you willing to accept the truth that you already are full with this Morgellons, with this bioweapon that sucks out your energy, your body light, slowly, slowly, and you die not suddenly, but maybe you could have reached 80 and you die with 60, or you could have reached 60, you die with 50. So it takes your last part of your life. It is kind of hidden, it's killing, you know. And if you are targeted, they bring the scalar wave machines to your neighbors. Well, there's no community anymore in the towns here in Germany. It's everybody against everybody, and especially my Muslim friends in my house, they have no feelings to kill this German man, you know. Well, maybe they know also that I'm a Jew, so this is also a great job for them to kill this little Jew, you know. and but especially this attitude that people who are not believing in Allah, they are less worthy, so it doesn't matter to kill them. It is really existing, and we have this problem here in Germany that especially older people are targeted, and they look white and they have a pale face and they don't know what is going on, and then suddenly they well, there are many ambulances every day. I see a lot of them. There's blue light everywhere. It's a big dying here now, and they say, yeah, it's corona, it's corona, but there is no corona pandemic that kills people. This is the cover, and also all this dead people in New York, they were also killed by these scalar wave machines. Well, this is my offer for you. You go to this film's Electronic Torture, How to Survive It. You will learn all about this. Also another playlist I made, 5 films about the techniques, about you know, this man here, Nikola Tesla, and this is in New York, where he had a laboratory in New York about 1900, I don't know, so more than 100 years ago. He made all this technique, scalar wave technique, and here's another picture, just to make you believe. This is the Wardenclyffe Tower. It was on Long Island in New York. It was his tower, so you see this, well, they burned it down, and then they sold all this technique to Russia, and then in the Soviet Union they had this weapon systems, and they developed these weapon systems. Well, I go now a little bit, what I said in my last video, Jesus was lifted up. Well, there are special energy beams, or maybe they have also these weapons. You can beam somebody into dust or into smoke. So maybe God decided, so Jesus had done his work. Now it's over. And I forgot to say that the physical body dies, but there's also a light body. If you ask me if there's eternity life, yes, I know it. I was so many times there, and it was always so full in heaven. All these people lived, ever lived in the world. So also my father David, my brother Jesus. So they are all in there, and they watching us all the time. God is always with us, you know. It is only the decision, you let him into your life, into your heart, or you reject him, then the devil comes and catch you, you know. And well, something about the scalar wave technique. Here you see Tom Bearden. He is from your country. I don't know which university, but Tom Bearden, he's a scientist who made a lot of research about scalar wave. Well, he said, well, we have such a lack in the US, and the Soviets, they will, someday they will beam us up, you know. You can make earthquakes. One time they tried to make an earthquake in Los Angeles, but it failed. I don't know, it was in the 70s, or, well, they have this technique so for such a long time. Here's a mind snap beam. You can beam somebody and he's immediately dead. So the mind snaps and the body remains, you know, it doesn't rot. They tested this weapon 2 times in Afghanistan during the Afghanistan war, the Soviet Union, you know, in the 80s. So they tested this weapon, and the ghost was gone. The light body was gone in heaven or somewhere. Yeah, in heaven. And well, and the body remains. It did not rot, you know. For maybe few weeks, the body was like alive, but the ghost was out. So kind of, so they call it mind snap beam. So there are all kinds of experiments the Soviets did, and I think still doing today. And here is well, the light goes dark now, and I think I stopped this part about heaven and God, and well, yeah, you can, in our time, you can scientifically make a proof of what is in the Bible. And also Nikola Tesla said, well, it's all written in the Bible. You know, he knew the Bible, and there are so many things happen in the Bible um, that is has to do with scalar wave and the field of information. Well, okay, I have to say something about a vision I had about Donald Trump. And well, I was not sure, you know, this vaccine, you know, sometimes I'm not sure. Well, I thought maybe he's a good actor and he can play, but very good, you know, mimic. And but all after what I see now is, you know, this last speech he made. It was completely deleted on YouTube. You know, this video before Christmas, and I saw him standing, and I saw a slight moment his fear. You know, you standing, all these people, they hate you. This concentrated beast power. Well, I hear they call this swamp. You know, you standing before a swamp, and you feel this hate, and then you say, "Vito, no." So, and this is quite well. I think I couldn't do this. You must have a lot of power to do so. You know, so you feel this, all this. They want to see you dead. And there was a guy. He was Rashid Butta, and he said there were attempts on the life of Donald Trump. And I think I believe. Well, I had also attempts on my life with drugs and with poison. One time I had a poison. Well, all the torture was so hard that the pain, maybe I thought the pain will kill me. And now, 4 years later, I'm still alive, and I have, the first time in my life, I have really hope that this comes to a good end. Well, I tell you the vision. I was on the Rhine, I made a video, and I was talking about Trump's ancestors. They came from Germany, from the South Germany. It's a place called Pfalz, Palatine. Well, his grandfather, I think he, well, I know it only from internet, you know. Well, he wanted to go to America because he wanted to flee from this military service. Well, that's quite good. Why should I go in a war and die for somebody I never met? I don't know, you know. And well, then later the wife of his grandfather got homesick. They came back again, and then they went again to America. Well, I don't know the whole story, but interesting is that his grandfather didn't like military and war. And well, I think this is a good sign. And I heard also that he went in the 80s to Ronald Reagan to, um, you know, in the Cold War time to make some peace, you know, so that he had good, yeah, good, well, a good will, you know, making peace. And well, I tell you the vision. I went in this field, and then I saw a picture of him as a boy, and I thought, well, this boy, well, he looked very that he suffered a lot. And I asked this boy, and I asked him, well, you suffered also, so you hate injustice like me? And well, he answered, yes, I know this injustice, and I hate it, and I will not accept this. So, and all what I can see is that well, this that he does right. And you know, and this vaccine maybe is maybe a show he has to play. You know, the people are waiting for this vaccine, and maybe my video was right. I made a video that I claimed it is more. It's not a true. It is not this poison from. What is who's this? Bill Gates, you know, the Bill Gates Foundation and all this. They made a real poison that changing your immune system, can turn it against your body. and I don't think that Mr. Trump would do such thing. Well, I know he's also under pressure. I hear that, well, this his law, Mrs. Powell, she couldn't reach him with a telephone. He was blocked up, so he has also in the White House a lot of enemies, and it is not an easy stand. Well, I couldn't stand this. I have not this strength and this power to do work all all these enemies around him. And I think this vision was clear. It was, well, I feel that was true. That came out from my heart, and I think I think he's a nice boy. Well, um, okay, but anyhow, anyway, you have to fight the Morgellons, whatever, however the future will be. This is a main weapon they put already in our bodies. Well, see my videos, and if you don't believe my videos, you might see other videos about Morgellons and learn about this. Because well, if you don't fight this, well, you can stay in prayer and read the Bible and believing Jesus Christ will come someday. You will sleep and you will go to heaven. Then it's fine. If you don't want to fight and you think this is all too crazy for you, well, it's fine. It's a good place. I was there many times. But if you want to fight and you want to help to build up the kingdom of God here on earth, you have to fight for your life. It is a great misunderstanding that people think, well, Jesus said, well, love your enemies, but don't let them kill you. This is not the meaning of the Bible. In the Old Testaments, there are so many fights. My Hebrew ancestors, they had to fight so hard, and they were threatened so many times. And well, without a fight, they would have been whipped from Middle East. Love your enemies is maybe later when they are dead, maybe, or when there's time after the fight, maybe. But when somebody threats your life, I mean, these Morgellons kill you slowly. So I don't say that you go with a gun or something and kill somebody. Just clean your body, and then if you cleaned, then you can think about future and fighting. But I see all these guys, they have all these pale faces, and they shooting, and they train, this in, how you call this, military, civil military forces or whatever they call themselves. But they will not last here on Earth. Maybe 20, 30 years later, they will be gone, their children will be gone. So so it is useless to shoot with a gun, and this war is quite different from other wars. But I hope I convince my people somehow, that I convince them that I tell the truth. And if you want to say so, you can say, well, I'm a saver, because I don't know why nobody else make such videos. All these other videos, they were deceiving all these TI communities. In my opinion, it is theater. It's mocking them. Nobody is helped out, and my films really help out. And I don't know why nobody else made these videos. So you can say I think I saved more people than any pastor who says to his people, well, stay in prayer and believe in God. yeah, it's okay, you can do this, but in the next 50 years you will be gone from Earth, you know. And this is not what God wants. God wants us to stay here on Earth, to build up His kingdom, and well, you can read the Bible, of course, and it is good. Um, it gives really hope, you know. But you have to clean yourself, and you have to fight for your life, and just to read the Bible and stay in prayer, it's not enough. Okay, that's it. And I hope that on the 6th of January there will be a lot of people in Washington. Well, it is also our hope here in Germany, because our government, Angela Merkel, has already sold out this country here. We will end in a concentration camp of the Chinese people army when they take over this country after this economic crash that will come soon, I think. And America, well, America is a great hope, because if Joe Biden wins, Joe Biden will destroy um, America together with the Communist Party of China, so they are quite connected. So this is about good and evil, you know. And well, I show you my country here in this is my country in the Middle Age, Germany. You see that the papacy and all this Germany, it was called the Holy Roman Empire. It well, it was founded some about 800, 900, and then it was finished by Napoleon. Napoleon Wars. They decided to make a new order, a new world order. So, but the reason why we Germans are so well, we are not great politicians, you know. We had so many small states here. It was Divide et Impera, so the every little king, every little prince got his own kingdom, and this is the reason why we have so many castles, especially in the south of Germany. You know, and some of these kingdoms, they were not bigger than maybe 2 or 3 Walmarts. You know, sometimes they were so tiny, and so this country, we were never really free. We had the Martin Luther, we had the Reformation, we had maybe 200 years. That was the time all this science came up, you know, all these great composers, you know, Beethoven, Mozart, and all this poetry, Goethe, Schiller, you know, that was the best time we had, but it was not for a long time. The infiltration came back because we were always the backbone of the papacy, also of the New World Order. So this was always a unit for maybe 1,000 years, I think, you know, or more than. In the words, the Bible, one time, 2 times and a half time. This is 1,260 years. This time is also in the Bible, in the Revelation. But I think this time is gone. I think this time is, now we are on a point that we can really um, throw this beast away, you know, and God bless America, and I hope there will not so much bloodshed. Well, best for the new year, and good success on the 6th of January in Washington.